Would you please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone to the board meeting for October 15th, 2024. John, would you like to roll call, please?
I will. Karen Ford.
Present.
Annette Schreiner.
Yes.
Salsbury.
Yes.
Dick Long.
Present.
And Bob Eyre.
Yes.
Okay, up next on the agenda, this is an amended agenda. What I'm going to request is a motion to amend the agenda to remove pending litigation from this evening's executive session.
So moved. Second.
Jim.
Yes.
Dick.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Annette.
Yes.
And Bob.
Yes.
Up next is to approve the minutes of the October 3rd, 2024 meeting. We've all been given a copy of the minutes. Motion to approve. Any additions or corrections?
Seeing none, I make a motion to approve the minutes from the October 3rd, 2024 meeting.
Second.
Annette.
Yes.
Dick.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
And Bob.
Yes.
Up next is a hearing of public concerns. None? Okay, up next is the Clerk-Treasurer's Report. John?
Yes. Board, as usual, has received the monthly financial reports and bank statements and bank reconciliations for the month ended September 30th. And if there are any questions at this point or anytime you want to call me, you're welcome to do so, and please do.
You're too willing.
Motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Bob?
Yes.
Annette?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
And Dick?
Yes.
Up next is the Good Neighbors Utility Fund Update, presented by Derek.
Good evening. I have just a couple of slides prepared for you tonight to give an update on the Good Neighbors Fund. The past several years, typically we've given this update in our year-end report. But as we go through it, we take a look at the fund balance. We felt like it'd be an appropriate time to talk about it this evening. Just a little bit of background information. The Board of Public Affairs established the Bryan Good Neighbors Fund with Resolution 45, and that was in 2005. And it was established to provide emergency assistance to BME customers, maybe customers that were experiencing financial difficulties, or maybe they were of having their electric and/or water utility service disconnected. This is funded entirely by donations from BME customers, charitable groups, or others. And we have found we've received the best response in donations through doing mailings. So we'll talk about that in a minute. The fund is administered by Northwestern Ohio Community Action Commission, or NOCAC. Their purpose is to minimize effects of poverty by connecting individuals to opportunities and resources to help support a secure and better future. And essentially they provide a one-stop type of assistance. They do utilize federal and state grants before they take advantage of the Good Neighbors Fund. Some qualifying criteria for those that might apply for assistance. Income level, that's up to 175% of the federal poverty guidelines. And income limits do vary by the household size. You can find the tables on the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services website. It lists all the tables out and income levels as well. Other criteria are hardship circumstances, whether it be an illness, an injury, job loss, things of that nature. And then the assistance is to be used for electric or water bills, utility deposits, or reconnecting or late fees. There is a maximum allowance per year per household. It's $250 a year per household. And again, that's all based on if funds are available. This graph just takes a look at the total donations that we've received since it was created in 2005. So there's about 20 years worth of donations there. That total is $127,770. Through the 20-year period, we average annually about $6,400 in donations. And if you look at the past 3 years, 22, 23, and 24, we totaled just over $3,700 in donations. And as you can see there, a low in 2023 of just $100. So we'll talk more about that in a second, but that is the history. As far as families that are assisted, over the 20 years, it's assisted 977 families. In 2006, you can see was the largest year at 151 families, and that was shortly after the fund was created. And people were probably more aware and took advantage of it. On average, we assist about 49 families a year. So really what we want to talk about tonight is that the fund is in need of help. It is in need of donations. The current fund balance is just over $4,000. In the past, it has gotten a lot lower than that. But at the next bullet point, you can see so far this year we've assisted 25 families, and we've spent around $3,600. So that remaining $4,000 fund balance probably be depleted pretty quickly. And the eligible families, on average this year, received $146 in assistance. I do want to thank Sylvia. She did a lot of legwork on this, and also started putting together information so that we could do a donation drive and to get the word out. Ways to donate. Here in the next couple of weeks, every customer and their utility bill will receive a letter. This letter talks a little bit about what the Good Neighbors Fund is. It also has a story in there as well from an anonymous person that did utilize the fund. And then it also talks about ways that you can donate. At the bottom of the letter, there is a voucher that can be clicked off, checking a box for whatever dollar donation you'd like to make, and then mailing that check to NOCAC. So that's one way to donate. You can also go to our website for more information, or you can download that donation form there as well. Or you can simply send a check payable to the Bryan Good Neighbors Fund in the memo line and address it to NOCAC. So, and those are just the quick update that we have. I think it's important to know that we get the word out to help build that fund back up so we can continue to assist those in need.
Derek, Jim first. Oh, wait. Does NOCAC handle anything? I'm sure they probably do handle more than just help with utility bills with the Good Neighbor Fund. I mean, do they have funds to help people with like rent assistance and things like that?
I would imagine so.
Do they? Okay. The reason I ask is because you see all the time on social media where people need help with utility bills or rent or something like that, and it seems like, at least from what I've read, you seldom see anybody, well, I shouldn't say seldom, but you don't hear that much from NOCAC. I don't know if they're not known to the public as much as they should.
I'm not really
Okay.
sure.
My experience is that they are well-known.
Are they okay?
Certainly among the folks who needed their help, and they have multiple programs.
Okay.
Including others that help with utility bills in
Yeah.
addition to this one.
I guess that's why I say, because you see this, and normally when people respond, they'll refer them to a church, or, I mean, there's other places in
And certainly
frame up here.
our office
You're right.
refers customers to NOCAC
Yeah,
frequently.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, just curious, thank you.
Could we get KB to kind of put something on our Facebook page, just kind of get the word out?
Yep, as these letters start going out, we'll make sure that it gets out on social media and updated on the front page of the email.
Maybe our media friends could help us out a
Oh, yeah,
little
we'll
bit.
put it in here.
Come on, buddy.
I'll put it in. I'm sure that-
Something, I mean, you know,
Oh, jeez.
That's always-
I forgot about you guys.
always been a great program. I know there's a lot of folks that have taken advantage of it, and, well, glad they did. But I'd like to see that fund balance up a little higher than, it's getting down there.
Question, Derek. Two questions. One, do we have a matching fund opportunity for people that help, maybe matching up to $50 that will max through BMU?
We do have a matching fund. We have the Good Neighbors Fund that's,
Okay.
funded all through
But, so the Good Neighbors Fund, we don't have anything in place that we would match something?
No.
Okay. Second question, 2020, significant number.
Yep.
How'd that happen?
COVID.
People were laid off from COVID.
A lot of people were, they hadn't lost their jobs, you know what I mean, basically couldn't go to work.
We had the funds available to support that?
Those were the donations that were received in 2020, about $15,500.
Okay. What do we do differently than versus today?
Well, I think COVID played a big part into that year.
How do we make that work? I mean, it was amazing to me, you get 13,000 next year, you get 3,000, next year you get probably, 1,000. I mean, what do we do to make that happen?
I believe we sent out some letters asking for some donations, and we did get some sizable donations from around the community
Yeah.
that year.
I mean, it stands out to me, it's like, okay, it's like, wow.
We did a lot, like what we're trying to do now, every now and then, periodically, since I've been on the board since 2013 anyway, we have sent out letters. We've asked for rounding off of the
Sure.
utility bill, and
Yeah.
we've asked for funds to come in because the fund starts running low.
I mean, that's an awesome dollar amount for 1 year.
That was special, yeah.
Yeah.
To
That
get-
was, I think, the corporations knew that people were laid off and truly
Yeah.
struggling, and
Sure.
I think the donations were just larger.
Yes, they were.
But, yeah, I think it was, you guys had a public meeting, they did the inserts of the plea, and people were responding.
That's what I remember. There was some special donations, when we looked to see who was donating and the amounts, they were unusual, and people just took it upon themselves, kindness and their generosity to donate to the fund to help everybody that needed it.
Was that the year we did the drive-in movie?
Yeah. But I don't know that it was 2021.
Yeah,
Actually.
that's what I was thinking.
No, it was the summer of 2020. But I don't know that it raised that much.
But that's what we raised the money for, wasn't it?
Yes, the time
Free will
that the
donation.
city and BMU sponsored it, it went to the Good Neighbor Fund. Yeah, every movie that was done was a different organization.
Yeah. That could have been, I don't remember how much was raised, but that could have been part of it too.
Because you guys had set the polls for them to do movies.
Any other questions?
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
Gosh, Annette, I forgot about that, thank you. Trip down memory lane.
Up next is to effect semi-monthly disbursements. If you have a copy of that, motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Dick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Yes.
Comments from BPA and staff. Derek, I'll start with you.
Yeah, just a quick update. Noah and Brandon did return from mutual aid for Hurricane Helene. Just a couple short days after that, we did send another two-man crew, J.G. Roop and Derek Wyrick. They headed to Lakeland, Florida to provide mutual aid assistance there. They're still there working. My understanding is the cell phone service is still not the greatest, so we don't have as many updates as we normally do, but they're still down there assisting with the storm damage.
Mayor?
I just want to point out, council will meet next Monday because we are on a every other off cycle with you guys due to the first day of the month being a Tuesday. But on November 5th, you will have a meeting and council will also have a meeting because they have moved their Monday meeting in observation of Ready, Set, Relax in conjunction with the schools.
John?
nothing to add right now.
Mr. Betts? Anything? Bryan? India? Okay. Bob?
I applaud the BMU for this neighborhood fund. I mean, it's awesome that, especially as we go into this heating season today. It always amazed me and most is when sometimes these things would come up and I would say, when I was at Ohio Gas Company, a lineup of most people coming in to apply for these different options. So it's important that we offer an opportunity for these people, give them hope, and give them recovery, so something that makes sense for it. So I applaud this good neighborhood fund. And again, I would look at maybe possibly looking at a matching fund that we could look in the future, up to maybe $100.
Dick?
No, I'm good. I really don't have anything to add either, I'm sorry.
Annette?
Well, let's hope we can get some donations to the Good Neighbors Fund this year, this season. And also, I'd like to thank the guys for helping out with mutual aid. Those are some long days and hard work, extra hard work. So, thank you to those guys for doing that.
And I'm in agreement. I hope the Good Neighbors Fund gets a good
Boost.
supply of funding to last throughout the season. This cold winter coming up a little too soon. And I hope the boys down there helping out Florida are continuing to be safe and get back soon. If there's nothing else, we will take a brief recess before going into executive session. Those asked to attend will be the mayor, Derek, and John. And motion.
See what it's for.
That's what I'm doing. You keep pointing like I think you have a question. We will take a brief recess. Give me a motion to do so.
So moved.
Second.
Dick,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
and Bob.
Yes.